Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a magical day so far. If you're new here, my name is Becca and I make lots of Disney content, so if you like that sort of thing, please do subscribe down below. You'll be really helping me out. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you my ultimate Disney bucket list. Like so many of us fellow Disney fans, we have like so many things that we want to do. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy this video and let me know what your Disney bucket list things are down below in the comments. So without further ado, grab a cup of tea and let's get started. So I have my trusty phone here with my notes to remind me of all the things on my list, and we're going to start off with general Disney park things. So I'm sure any Disney fan can agree with this. It is to visit all Disney parks in the world, from Asia to Paris to the USA ones. Like, to complete all of those is like such a big dream. Next is to do either a Halloween and a Christmas party, whether it's in Paris or Disney World. Obviously Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party is like right at the top of my list because I love like Halloween, and autumn is like one of my favourite times of the year, and I would love to see, you know, the whole Hocus Pocus show, and I love villains, so I'd love to meet all of those characters and see that parade. And also the Christmas party, but I think I'd happily do the Christmas party in Paris if needs be. Obviously it's a lot closer for me and a lot cheaper for me to get there. Next is to be there for the changeover, especially in Disney World, because obviously it changes like overnight. If you've seen the Decorating the Magic show on Disney Plus, you'll know. But yeah, it's like in a day, and the cast members work so hard to change it from Halloween to Christmas in like overnight. So all hands on deck, and I would love to go to Magic Kingdom one day and then go the next morning and it'd be completely different. I think that would be so cool. Next is to go to California specifically to do the tour there and go inside Walt's apartment. Now from what I've heard, you can only take a photo from a specific angle which is approved by Walt's family, and yeah, and just know that to walk in Walt's footsteps, it would be so emotional but so magical and so special. And yeah, I mean, I've done the Keys to Kingdom tour in the Magic Kingdom, but to walk in Walt's footsteps and see his apartment and be where he's been, as a true Disney fan, that is like the dream. So yeah, definitely would want to do that. And also it's to stay in a park view room. Now I know that it's hard and I know that it's expensive, but I'm thinking in particular the Disneyland Hotel in Paris, purely because of its proximity to the Disneyland park. So it's literally like you have to go through the Disneyland Hotel to get to Disneyland Park, where the Sleeping Beauty castle is. So there's no escaping it, and if you look from the park to the hotel, park behind you to the hotel, you will see that there's like 3 or 4 suites in the main bit, and to stay in one of them would be an absolute dream. It's like Walt Suite, Cinderella Suite, Tinkerbell Suite, I think maybe Sleeping Beauty Suite, something like that. And yeah, they just look incredible, and to have that view even just for one night would be immense. Okay, now I'm talking Disney World specifically, and this isn't like really unrealistic per se. Some of these aren't super unrealistic, some of them are just things that I definitely want to do in my next trip. But when I am looking to book when I've booked my Disney World holiday, or I'm looking to book my next Disney World holiday, I am definitely going to be doing a Disney World bucket list specific video for that trip, so realistic things. And I will also be doing that for my Disneyland Paris trip, which will hopefully be in November this year. Okay, so back to Disney World specific. I want to drink around the world. So when I went in 2019, I actually wasn't 21, so I couldn't do that, unfortunately. But when me and my boyfriend Tom go, hopefully 2023 now, I am hoping that that will be possible. And yeah, it's something that looks so much fun, especially for Disney adults without kids. It's definitely something that I've wanted to do for a very long time. And yeah, who wouldn't want to drink around the world? I do. Especially during like a festival as well, like Flower and Garden or Food and Wine. Yeah, so much fun. Next is a bit random, but I want to do Expedition Everest at night, and go, you know, because when you go backwards and you see all the views and everything, woo, amazing. Same with Slinky Dog Dash actually, and Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. So for me, Seven Dwarfs isn't that much of a thrill ride. Like, if you've been on it a few times, you kind of, compared to other rides, it's not that like scary. But yeah, I think it would be so much fun to do at night and see all the castle lit up as well. Next is to stay at a deluxe resort. I stayed at a moderate last time, which was Disney's Port Orleans French Quarter, and I think I'm looking at Pop Century for my next trip, just based on like what I can afford at the moment. But if it ends up being 2023 before I can go, I might try and save up to do maybe like a couple of nights or like a full week or two at a deluxe, preferably beach club. Since I first visited, I fell in love with that place, you know, with the beaches and cream and the sand bottom pool and everything, and how close it is to Hollywood Studios and Epcot. So yeah, that or the Polynesian. Obviously in an ideal world it would be one of the Polynesian bungalows that overlooks Magic Kingdom, but you know, dreamers can dream. Okay, and this last one for Disney World isn't very realistic, but it is to stay in the Cinderella Castle Suite, and I'm sure so many people have that dream, and it's practically impossible unless you win a prize or you have like, they do it for special events, like do it for special reasons. You have to be invited by Disney themselves, like by a prize raffle or something like that. You cannot pay no matter how much money you have or what celebrity status you are, unless you get invited by the Walt Disney Company, and it's only for a night. So if you've ever got to stay there, like, I'm so jealous, and I hope you had the best time ever. It's definitely like way near the top, but it's something that I've kind of accepted that will probably never happen. But I'd even be happy just going in and seeing it. If like they could do like a tour where you pay like $50 just to go and see it, I would pay that. Okay, next is also Disney World, but it's like events / experiences that you can like pay to do, that you can actually pay to do. So one is celebrate a birthday there. So my last trip was kind of for my 21st, but it's like a whole year in advance. So like next time I'd love to wake up in a Disney park on my birthday. Like, that would just be the dream. So I am looking at that for Disneyland Paris this year, but we'll see what happens there. Depends on price really. Next is to celebrate a holiday, so either Halloween or Christmas there, preferably Halloween for me. Well, Halloween for Disney World and probably Christmas for Paris, just because of, I really want to do Mickey's Not So Scary in particular, whereas I just want to see the Christmas decorations at a Disney park. So it's obviously cheaper and closer for me in Paris. Next is to do the Dine with Imagineer, and I am sure they still do this. I mean, obviously not at the moment, but I hope they do bring this back, because after watching the Imagineering story especially, I mean this was on my list before then, but especially after watching that, I would absolutely love to dine with an Imagineer and pick their brains and get to know so much about them, because I think it's so interesting. And then next is to attend Dapper Day, and I don't know what dates these are specifically. I don't think they've done one in a while because of COVID, etc. But yeah, to attend a Dapper Day would be such a dream. And then last one on this is, well, I don't know if this is realistic or not. It is possible, and it's to be the Grand Marshal at Parade. You know, when you get to be in that car at the beginning of Festival of Fantasy and like wave at everyone. Yeah, I'd love to do it when I had kids specifically. I think that would be really cool. Okay, and now on to characters. So these are some of the characters that I want to meet in my life. First off is Meg and Hercules, and if you know me, you'll know that Hercules is one of my favourite films of all time, and yeah, I've never seen Meg or Hercules, and I think my life would be made if I ever got to meet them. They're very rare, and I think they're more likely to be seen at Disneyland Paris. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but yeah, I really want to meet them. Next is Tiana, and this isn't a hard one, this isn't a rare princess to find. I stayed at Port Orleans French Quarter, and I was really annoyed that I didn't get a chance to meet her, because obviously it would have just been more special if I'd met her on that trip. But alas, it did not happen, but I'm sure I will get the opportunity to do that another day, another trip. I've got my whole life to do all these things. Next is to meet the princesses with their princes, and I think again this is more likely to happen in Disneyland Paris because they all come out before the main show. There's like a castle show with the princes and the princesses. I hope that's still the same when I go in November. I hope it's back when I'm in November. But yeah, you get to meet, they all come out together in their little couples, and yeah, I would love to see that and say hi to some of them. Even if I don't get to do like a formal meet and greet, it would be just really cool to see them all together. And then lastly is to meet villains, because if you know me, I absolutely love villains, and I don't think I've ever met one. And in particular with the villains, I would love to meet Hades from Hercules and Dr. Facilier from Princess and the Frog. Two of my favourite films and two of my favourite villains. Yeah, I think that would be so fun to meet. Okay, now on to more broad, random, miscellaneous Disney. So this is like a really personal goal, but I would love to like work with Disney in some way, whether it's like with Disney Plus and like a paid ad on my Instagram or something like that, I don't know. Or maybe like rep for a Disney travel company, like maybe like Ever After Holidays or someone like that. I would just love to be a part of the magic in some way as a job, or like get paid to represent Disney in some way. Because obviously like I love Disney with all my heart. As you can probably know, I have like five social channels dedicated to Disney, and obviously I am so passionate about this company, and I would love to promote them and work with them in some capacity. Like that would just be an absolute, that is like a lifetime dream. So yeah, Disney, if you're watching, or any of your Disney ad brand partners are watching, you know where to find me. Next is a Disney cruise, and I've watched Adam Hatt's Disney vlogs on the cruise line many times, and although it looks so good, the price is absolutely crazy, and I would rather, at the moment, in this point in my life, I would rather do all the Disney parks in the world before I did a Disney cruise. I think when I had a Disney cruise, I'd like to have children with me, like my own children, not just any random children from the street. I would rather have like my own children and take them for that experience, because I think there's lots of things for the kids to do where we can kind of dump them for the day and kind of do our own thing as well. I'm not pregnant, I am not planning on having any children soon, but this is just how my brain works. Next is to be either proposed to or have a Disney honeymoon. Obviously a Disney wedding would be like the ultimate dream, but it's very unrealistic that I'll ever be able to afford a Disney wedding, and for like to get all my family and my boyfriend's family over for that, it would just be a lot of money and very inconvenient for a lot of people, and I think it probably won't happen, and I'd rather have all my family at my wedding than a small selection. I'd love to be proposed to in Disney. There's a little fun fact that I love to tell people. Basically, my name's Becca, but my family call me Becky, and my boyfriend's called Tom. And if you know Magic Kingdom and you know Tom Sawyer Island, there is obviously Tom plus Becky with the big love heart around it, and you can see it on the Liberty Bell in Frontierland. And yeah, ever since I saw that, I was like, Tom, that's where you're allowed to pop the question. Don't get me wrong, if he proposes to me anywhere in Disney, I'll be absolutely happy. If he proposes to me at all in my life, I will be the luckiest girl in the world. But obviously, doing that there would just be so cool, because there isn't many couples that could be proposed to there. It's not like in front of the castle where anyone can, and don't get me wrong, it's the most beautiful, most magical, and all those videos make me cry. But knowing that that's somewhere that not many couples can get proposed to without it making absolutely no sense, I would love to be proposed to there by Tom. Yeah. Or a honeymoon. A honeymoon would be absolutely amazing. You'll stay at the Grand Flow or something like that, and yeah, just have a really bougie trip. And then lastly on my random miscellaneous one, it is to have a very expensive piece of Disney art. And yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go on to talk about some bucket list things that I've already ticked off. So I kind of slowly link this in now. Basically, I got a beautiful Thomas Kincaid canvas print, which is, there is the certificate of authenticity from Thomas Kincaid's gallery. Basically, I saw all of his work for the first time when I visited Disney World, and I fell in love with it, specifically the Beauty and the Beast collection, because if you know me, Beauty and the Beast is my favourite film. So one of the biggest regrets I had on my last trip is not buying it. But my amazing mum and dad actually bought this for my 21st last year, and they had it shipped over from America. But yeah, I would love to expand my Disney art collection and maybe get like an original painting. I know they're like thousands and thousands of dollars, but that would be something so cool. So yeah, on to other things I've ticked off on my bucket list already. It is to do a full park day, and at the moment that's not possible, and I don't think that'll be possible for a very long time, unfortunately. But yeah, that was a big thing for me to do, and I did it as a solo day. So basically, my first ever solo day was a full park day. I know, I must be crazy. And it was on my first ever Disney trip. So I took on 3 things that day, and it was amazing. I did like 4 different, so in each park I did a different outfit, a different snack, a different like show or attraction, a different character and a different ride. I know, if you haven't seen that vlog, I will put a card to that vlog right now. It was crazy, it was hard work. I remember it was the only day that I felt really, really tired, and we had Ohana booked at the Polynesian that night, which was a meal I was really, really looking forward to. And we had it booked so that we could see the fireworks from the restaurant. We had like a window view room, a window view table even, and I was like falling asleep in my bread pudding at the end. The food was amazing, I was just so tired. Next, as I mentioned before, is the Keys to Kingdom tour. It is $99, is it 90? Yeah, $99 per adult. You have to be aged 16 or over. Obviously it goes behind the scenes, backstage, to the utilidors, and all the magic can be spoiled a little bit. We had a few surprises in there. You get a meal included, and you get some fast passes thrown in, which you go on with the tour guide, and they tell you some hidden facts about the rides, etc. It's just really magical, and if you love Disney and you love the company and you really want to learn more about Disney, I definitely recommend doing that. But if you don't want to ruin the magic for yourself, do not do that tour. It is not the tour for you. Next is obviously stay on Disney property, which I got to do 2019, and I would love to do it every time I went. Disney have obviously changed a lot of their benefits because of COVID and stuff, and I hope they bring back free dining offers and the park hopping, like full parks. Not having to book park tickets, like that is so important to me, being from the UK, so I hope that they sort that out soon, because I probably won't be going back till then, just because it's not as value for money. If the prices aren't going down and the benefits are going away with the Magical Express and everything like that, I just don't see the point of staying on property anymore, and that's a real shame because I never thought I'd say that. Next is to eat dinner at Be Our Guest, specifically so you can meet the Beast, and that was the thing that I'd booked for the last night, so that we could have the most amazing last night possible. And it was very emotional and very sad, and we got out just for time to get to Happily Ever After for the last time of our trip. And meeting the Beast was amazing. I Disney bounded as my favourite Disney princess, which was like another thing I had on my list to do. And I did Enchanted with Tales with Belle and got to be in the show, and then did Be Our Guest, and it was just amazing. So I definitely recommend doing dinner at Be Our Guest. It's expensive. It's 2 table service credit restaurant, but you get to meet the Beast, and it's the only opportunity you get to meet the Beast. So that was a big thing for me. And then Disney bound as well, because if you haven't Disney bounded, try it, because you'll see how different the character you're bounding for interacts with you. It's just so much more magical. Just try it, honestly you won't regret it. Next is to eat inside the castle at Cinderella's royal table, and we did this on our first morning, and I booked it for 8:20 AM so that we were in the parks right before anyone else was. You can only do that if you have a reservation before rope drop. So yeah, we got to go inside the castle and eat there, and all the princesses came round, and that was our first ever meal in Disney World. It was amazing. My mum cried like the whole time. Again, if you haven't seen that vlog, I will link it below and above. Another food related one, as you can tell I love food, and another food related one was to eat at California Grill and be there during the fireworks. So I've done a lot of research on what's the best time to book, etc. And I managed to do all my ADRs very, very well. I got all the times I wanted, all the dates I wanted, everything like that. And we ate there like, I think like halfway through the trip, and we got all dressed up, and we went to California Grill. We were right near the window, and you could see the castle and Space Mountain and everything. The food was amazing. Like, it was my favourite meal in Disney World property. Like, the goat's cheese ravioli starter is superb. Definitely recommend California Grill. Again, another 2 table service credit restaurant, but so worth it. They are the 3 2 table service credit restaurants I recommend, and especially if it's like a special trip or a once in a lifetime trip or a first trip, do it. It's so worth the money. So yeah, that's all things Disney parks, Disney World, Disney food, all that kind of thing. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what your Disney bucket list things are down below in the comments, and we can start a little chat and a little discussion. If you haven't followed me on my Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest and my new Twitter account, please do. All the links will be down below for you to join me over on those. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you soon in my next video. Bye!